Censor is a rather new story from Junji Ito. No repeats here, it's a complete original release. Cover art is wonderful. I like the colors, and the text on the spine is good, but doesn't really match the other releases. The inside illustrations have a beautiful mix of gold and black. It's a nice combo. So right away, you look at these characters, and you know, this is Ito. Don't know if that's good or bad. Anyway, Censor, we have more bizarre Lovecraftian-like lore here, based on the rather odd phenomenon known as volcanic hair. I've never heard of it. I assume there are all sorts of old folk tales about this, but it's a simple natural occurrence involving volcanic lava entering the air and forming straight hair-like strings. Well, Ito has a little fun with this concept, as he usually does. The volcanic hair in Kiyokami Village doesn't dissolve when it lands. The villagers use this as a divine sign sent by the martyred Christian missionary Miguel. He was tossed into Mount Sengoku, and whenever the volcanic hair occurs, the villagers and cats use it as a means of some sort of spiritual connection to Miguel. Powers of mind reading and connection to the universe. I love the incorporation of all sorts of oddities like UFOs, weird black clouds, the cult-like symbolism with pyramids and an eye. It's also pretty heavy on spiritual and theological theories. It centers around the seemingly innocent Kyoko and the connection she has to this village and the mountain. She becomes a Christ-like character. There are those who reject her, and there are those who are interested in her background. The story and the illustrations, it gets pretty gruesome at times and creepy. The two factors I always want out of an Ito story. I also like that this story takes place in Gunma Prefecture. You don't really see this setting a lot in Japanese media, but I've been fascinated with this region of Japan for the mountainous terrains, but also there are a lot of weird and hidden abandoned structures throughout this area. I love that type of stuff. Also, Initial D is set there, so yeah, Gunma. The perfect place to set such a weird story. Just when you think the story starts to slow down with all the scientific talk, it ramps up the craziness. There's an afterword written by Ito, giving background about the history of Censor, how it actually began as a travelogue, but then completely transformed. He goes on to say how the characters in the story were moving on their own, and that the outcome was something totally different than what he had originally imagined. He mentions Kazuo Umez, which is pretty cool, but also Edogawa Ranpo, and I'm always bringing him up on my channel. The main star in this manga, though, are the depictions of space and the cosmic horrors. They're fantastic. These gruesome creations are always more memorable than his human ones. The story itself is well written. It doesn't feel too rushed like some of his other recent releases, but I'm kind of a sucker for cosmic horror, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.